Hey guys, this is Lala Legacy back with another episode of Air in Minagi's route. So, let's just jump right back in. That girl sure is hard to understand. Hijiri was looking at me with a weird smile. Why are you looking at me like that? No, it's nothing. Really. It sure doesn't look like that. Is that so? Tono is a beautiful girl, even by a woman's standard. Now, I should get back to work. She put a hand on the door of the clinic. Then she turned back, seeming like she just remembered something. Kunisaki-kun. What? Tono-san is a nice girl. Huh? But don't be so close to Tono in front of my sister. With that, Hijiri opened the glass door and went inside the clinic. Time to switch to a better location. I'd better make some money by the end of today. Let's try some other street. Where should I go? Haha, haha, let's go inside the clinic. Such a cool place. The air from the air conditioner caressed my forehead, and it's so comfortable. I sank my body into the sofa by the window. There's even a stage for a puppet show. A round table was in front of me. I put my puppet on it. This place is perfect. Money will come rolling in. But I looked around the room. It was very quiet. This was definitely a clinic. And I was sitting in the waiting room, where there should be the most people. Then why is the population density here so low? Only one person in a 10 square meters. Cuckoo! What are you doing? The population density has increased by a tiny margin. Pretending to be a cuckoo? Hijiri's face was twitching. Kunisaki-kun, first, you occupied my parking space unlawfully, and now you've gone so far as to invade my personal space and do business here. Am I right? Oh, excuse me, guys. You're not too far from the truth. Should I call you brave or reckless? The room was sufficiently cooled by the air conditioner, yet a single drop of sweat ran down my cheek. I'm going to say this only once. Get out. Yes, ma'am. I took a step outside the clinic. The refreshing feeling I had was dispelled in an instant. And after having stayed in the cooled room, I felt especially hot now. The hot air shimmered above the asphalt. The humidity strangled me like a deadly snake. I was standing in the little bit of shade of the porch of the clinic. 1 meter in front of me, a world of inferno awaited. I swallowed my saliva and walked out. The blinding glare disoriented me instantly. The hot sun pricked my skin. I started sweating immediately. So hot. My heart called out to the air-conditioned room behind me. I slowly turned around. The clinic inside was visible through the glass door. There was nobody there. Whew. This place is heaven. The chilled air blew on the layer of sweat on me, and that felt especially cooling. I laid down on the sofa to feel the cool air on every part of my body. This feels good. It feels ridiculously good. I didn't feel like moving a step away from this spot anymore. Air conditioning is truly a magnificent invention. Viva the cutting edge of civilization. What are you doing? I told you I didn't want to see you here again, didn't I? I'm getting out now. I returned to the front of the Kamiya residence and sighed deeply. Once again, I came back here without making a single penny. I stared into space in the living room, having nothing to do. Misuzu returned. She was holding a duster. She began to dust the area above my head. The dust was irritating my throat. I should get out of your way, huh? Yeah, sorry about that. A man stood alone in the kitchen. Let's try to kill time. In this week's show, we have Kunisaki's home recipe for Hojutsu fried noodles. Ladies, prepare your memos. Hojutsu fried noodles are unlike normal noodles because they're fried with Hojutsu. Bo-bo-bo-bo-bo-bo! Like hell I can do this. This is too awkward. A man shouldn't be loitering in the kitchen. In the end, I went outside. What now? I scratched my head for no reason. Perhaps it's time I leave Misuzu's home for good. I keep imposing on them and offering nothing in return. I hate myself when I'm like this. I've made a living with my own powers so far. I have the means and will to go on by myself. It's about time. Even camping out is okay. But I knew what she would say if I told her that. She would try to keep me back by telling me that I could stay here forever. It's better if I told her I found a more comfortable place, huh? Then Misuzu would have no choice but to let me go. Alright, let's just go with that. I had never regretted any decision made with my intuition. I had to find a new home by today. Some place with a roof over my head in this town. Somewhere close to a water supply. Times like this calls for Misuzu's map. I put my hand in my pocket and grabbed the folded piece of paper. But I decided not to take it out. I need to stop relying on her. I decided that I wouldn't touch the map again. Let's walk toward the station. After walking aimlessly for some time, I found myself in front of the station. The calls of the cicadas were the only noise. Not a single soul was in sight. What's this? They're not here? I felt a bit lonely to have my expectation dashed. I thought I would definitely find those two here. Oh well, I didn't come here just to meet them. I decided to take a rest on the bench for a while. While listening to the chirping in the distance, I looked around me. This place sure is quiet. The trees of luscious green were all that stood around me. Though the train line was discontinued, this station was still inside the town. Since it was summer break, it wouldn't be strange to find kids running around with nets for catching bugs. Well, rather this peace than the noisy kids. I lay down on the bench and watched the tall summer skies. This peacefulness was soup for the soul. The white clouds dotting the sky covered the sun occasionally, and with that a momentary cool breeze caressed my face. But the sunshine would return soon enough. While feeling the light and shadow wash over me, I watched the clouds inch across the vast sky. Where are those clouds going? Time that knew no rest pushed the little clouds on. Soon, I began to think about my journey. It had been many days since I came to this town. Without knowing, I had slowly settled into its pace. I can't go on like this. I didn't know the reason, but I had a feeling that this was so. I couldn't keep imposing on Misuzu. That being said, I wasn't planning to leave the town immediately. I have to think of a way. I closed my eyes and considered my options. Boop-a-doop. And more boop-a-doops. I heard a voice. It was the voice of a young girl. Prod, 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 prod. Yeah, he's not getting up. The voice seemed to be talking about me. But I'm still tired. Let me sleep for a little while more. So I ignored the voice and went back to sleep. Alright, let's go with this. A hard object was pinching my nose. It hurt a bit. But my sleep was more important, so I just ignored it again and went on sleeping. My breathing was getting hampered. Still not waking. The voice sounded agitated. How about this? That was the most effective attack on my nose so far. Get up, get up! Achoo! I retaliated with a sneeze. All of a sudden, and what's with that? What's with all this snot? Yeah, it said snort, but it was supposed to be snot. It was a combo hit. Whew. I stopped my assault and fell back into dreamland with a deep satisfaction. Gross! Meanwhile, my adversary was in a flurry. That does a Kunosaki Yukito! Her voice was trembling with anger. I won't go easy on you this time. I had a bad feeling about this. You've... Take this! Hey, wait! Something was covering my head. Ready? Set? Yay, you're awake! I took the metal bucket off my head and saw Michiru jumping around in glee. She was holding some rusty metal pipe in her hand. Oh, my ears were still ringing. That hurt, didn't it? Michiru was delighted to see the pain to look on my face. I glared at Michiru. What do you want? She took a step back in fear. You brat! I closed in on her. What's wrong? You... Are you trying to kill me? I grabbed Michiru's 2 sideburns and pulled hard. What do you want? Shut up! Do you know what you just did? I pulled her hair in rhythm to my speech. Michiru struggled to break free, but the more she moved, the more she hurt. Soon as she stopped struggling. Jeez, you're old enough to know what you should or shouldn't do. She was tearing up, so I thought I should let go of her. Oh, I didn't do anything wrong. It's your fault for not waking up. Dumbo, wake me up the normal way next time. Don't call me a Dumbo! Shut up! No! Jeez, don't make me waste my energy. Where did you even get this thing? I showed Michiru her bucket with a big depression on the side. Me? The bucket? Yeah, it sure looks old. Well, I found it. Stealing is a crime. I didn't steal it. The bucket was just laying there. I found a big pile of things lying around and it was away, so I picked them up. A big pile? Yep, look at this. She pointed at the inside of what looked like the waiting room. Where? She looked so proud of herself that I became curious. Yeah, amazing, isn't it? A bicycle tire, an umbrella handle, the frame of a used signboard, a kettle, an assortment of empty bottles, a wall clock that had stopped moving, more than 10 buckets. Yeah, amazing. I sat down on the bench. What's the matter? No, nothing. It was amazing, alright. It was hard to believe that junk could pile up like that. What do you want? Moo? Don't moo me. You woke me up for something, right? Yup. Okay, well, let's hear it. Roger! Seeing that Michiru was going to start speaking, I sat down on the bench. Now I was at eye level with her. You see, Kunosaki Yukito? For how long are you going to stay in this town? No idea. I don't have any plans yet. But I want to get out of here as soon as possible. I see. Why? What's the problem? Are you curious? Well, yeah, tell me. Alright. She moved closer, such that our foreheads were almost touching. Yeah? Get out of here! I hit her with a headbutt. Ooh. Sorry, just an instinctive reaction because you startled me. Liar, you did that on purpose! Maybe I did. Oh, it hurts. Don't worry about it. The pain means that you're still alive. Yeah? Still alive? Yeah, you won't feel pain if you're dead, right? Is that so? Well, I've never been dead before, so I wouldn't know. So you were lying? No, I wasn't lying. No, you were lying! Pain is still pain even if I'm dead! She kept denying what I said. Right. I lied and I'm sorry. I apologized to her with a condescending tone. I think you're mocking me. Good job, you guessed right. I patted Michiru's shoulder. Michiru ignored me and started to blow bubbles by herself some distance away. She wiped her face with her clothes while looking like she was going to cry again. But she got to blowing another bubble. Once again, her face was covered with water droplets. Sad girl. I couldn't help but pity the girl who never learned her lesson. Why? I did it the last time! Michiru finally lost her temper and threw the straw. It was a long throw. The straw flew towards me and landed at my feet. Ah! We both looked at the straw, then at each other. Why are you still here? What's wrong with me being here, huh? We glared at each other with fire in our eyes. Why don't you just get out of my sight? Bleh! She stuck her tongue out at me, turned away, and then went back to her bubble blowing. But her straw was still at my feet. The situation was in my favor. I had gained the upper hand. I laughed inside my head. My chest was filled with the sweet, warm feeling of victory. Michiru looked at my feet with detest. Well, what should I do next? We should just pick it up and return it to her. I picked up the straw at my feet. Here, make sure you wash it before you use it again. I brushed away the dirt on it before presenting it to Michiru. I don't have time for brats. You don't want it? I want it! Michiru approached me without any suspicion. Seeing her like that, I had the dying urge to do that. Oh god, do that. Let's pick the middle one. I stuck the straw up Michiru's nose. Oh no! What have you done? Tears formed in her eyes, as expected. I'm sorry, God told me to do it. I said that as if I had no other choice. Oh. She glared at me like she was going to eat me. Payback! Go cry like a baby. She snatched the straw from me and ran. Hold it right there, brat. I grabbed her arm reflexively while enduring with the pain. Well, let me go, kidnapper! You still have the nerve. Ow, stop thrashing around! Dubby! Alright, enough! Keep still. Oh, dummy! Kurosaki Yukito is a dummy! Keep your mouth shut, I roared at her. Well, why should I? It's your fault to begin with. Really? Yeah, really. You poked my nose with the straw first. You're right, I did poke your nose. Right? Yeah. So... She lowered her hips. She kicked me in my solar plexus with all of her weight behind it. There you go, serves you right! She ran off as soon as she shouted at me. Damn it! Ow! I wanted to catch her, but the pain from the 2 blows to my chest stopped me. Seeing that I couldn't give chase, Michiru turned around and taunted me. I won't hand Minagi to you, asshole! The girl slowly vanished into the sunset. Hand Minagi to me? What was she talking about? Boop-a-doop! I gazed in the direction Michiru ran off to. Shadows grew, and the neighborhood became wrapped in an air of solitude. The wind was dying down under this crimson sky. The cicada song filled the silence left behind by the whispering wind. It was times like that, or this, that made me appreciate the beauty of summer. I stood in the lingering scent of the heat while waiting for the pain in my chest to go away. Boop-a-doop. Omnotopia for stomach growl. Oh, okay. It was just explaining what the growl was. Then came the sound that spoiled all sentimental mood in an instant. I let out a sigh. Oh yeah, I still haven't found a place to sleep. So, what do I do? But that is all the time that I have for this episode, guys. So if you liked it, please give it a big thumbs up down below. And if you haven't already, subscribe. Don't forget that by subscribing, you are a part of a legacy. So, I will see you in the next video.